What is going on, guys? Welcome to another Plants vs Zombies Garden Warfare video, and today I'm doing my top 5 characters for the Pea Shooter. Now the video may sound familiar, and the reason for that is I have already made this video and put it on my channel. It was quite a while ago, but the reason I'm starting it all over again is because the Plants vs Zombies team tried to balance out the characters quite a lot when they brought out the Legends of the Lawn DLC, and the top 2 characters that was on the Pea Shooters did actually get nerfed. The Lobby had its damo reduced, and the Agent P had its health reduced, so I decided I'm going to start this whole series all over again, plus for the reason that they have added extra characters. They added 7 new ones for the Legends of the Lawn on PC and Xbox, and 8 for PlayStation because they got the Plasma P at the same time. So I decided I would start this whole series again. If you do want to give it a thumbs up to kickstart this series again, I would greatly appreciate it. But anyway, let's get into this top 5. So at number 5 we have the Plasma Pea Shooter. Now this originally wasn't in the top 5, but I've been playing around with it more and I thought, you know what, this deserves a shot in the top 5 due to it having 2 different types of attack. Most other characters only have 1, but the Plasma Pea Shooter has 2, and that is you have a semi-automatic weapon and you also have the charged attack. Now there are 2 other characters very similar to this. You have the Mystique Flower, which is a sunflower variant, and you also have the Future Cactus. Now these 2 aren't as good or unique as the Plasma Pea, I don't believe, because when you are the Pea Shooter you can use hyper and jump around while you are charging your attack, so you are less vulnerable than the other 2 characters. That is one of the reasons why I think it does deserve a spot in the top 5. Hopefully you do agree with me because it is very unique in its own way. I really don't like the charged attack characters, but due to it having hyper, I thought, you know what, I'm going to put this in the top 5. So there is your number 5 spot, the Plasma Pea Shooter. At number 2 we have the Lorpy. Now the Lorpy was in the top 2 in the last video, and the reason why it has dropped down to 4th place is because this has had a really big nerf. The damage of this character has been reduced, which I honestly think is unfair due to it only having 6 bullets. Now the reason why I think it is unfair is because if you miss one of these bullets you will most likely need to reload before you can shoot the enemy again, and during that time most of the zombies will have a very good chance of killing you. For example, with an All-Star they have 200 health, and you will literally need to get every single shot on target and to be a critical hit to take that All-Star out in 6 bullets. If you miss one of them shots or don't get a critical hit, you are not going to take out the All-Star, and while you are reloading, that All-Star has a very good chance of taking you out. I think it's slightly a bit unfair of a nerf, and what they could have done is maybe not reduced its damage as much, or they could have done what they did with the Agent P and reduced the health, or maybe they could have sped up the reloading speed or added an extra bullet. There is so much more that they could do with this character, but I think how much the damage has been reduced is a little bit unfair due to even the most accurate characters and players are unlikely to get an all-star kill in 6 bullets and will need to reload. But anyway, that is my opinion. Your number 4 spot is the Pea Shooter. The number 3 spot is taken by the Fire Pea Shooter. This one was very close with the Toxic Pea Shooter. They are very similar in how they perform and also how they have effects afterwards. The Fire Pea Shooter has a fire damage effect afterwards, and what this does is causes 5 health damage on the zombies over a period of time. Every few seconds 5 health will be taken off the zombies for as long as they are on fire. So even if the zombie does go around a corner, if they are on fire they will continue taking more damage. So this gives you a higher chance of getting the kill on the zombie even if they are running around the corner. Now the damage of this is very good. On a splash damage it is not as well as the Toxic Pea Shooter, but I thought this is a very good Pea Shooter and needs to be in the top 5. One other thing I would recommend is if you have the PFX set, mainly the tattoo that goes around his nose, put this on the character because he looks like a super badass, and the front of his mouth where the fire comes from looks like a vortex in the menu, so I would definitely recommend using this accessory. But there's your number 3 spot, the Fire Pea Shooter. Due to the Toxic Pea and the Fire Pea being very close, the number 2 spot slightly takes an edge over the Fire Pea Shooter, so your number 2 spot is the Toxic Pea Shooter. Now this has a very good damage and also a good splash damage, and also remember, if the zombies come in a specific range of the Toxic Pea Shooter, they will too be poisoned, so you don't even need to hit them to be able to poison the zombies. Now the other reason why this has just a slight edge is, yes, the fire damage does have more effect than the Toxic. In that I mean that the fire damage does 5 every few seconds, whereas the Toxic does 2, so yes, the fire has an edge over that, but the splash damage and also the impact damage is slightly greater for the Toxic Pea Shooter, so this is why the Toxic Pea Shooter gets a slight edge and is your number 2. The number 1 spot is taken by the Agent P. Now this has had a nerf since the Legends of the Lawn DLC and had its health reduced by 25. It used to have 125 health and it now has 100, but honestly that doesn't make much of a difference for me because I like to be sneaky, I like to sneak around the zombies, and the damage is exactly the same as it was before, so the health does not really make much of a difference for me in the way I play. Now the damage is the same, the reloading time is the same, and so is the rate of fire, and the critical hits on this are almost as good as what the Law P used to be, so yes, the rate of fire is less, but the damage is just as good as it was before, so the Agent P is still a super badass character, and I would recommend using him as much as you possibly can when you are on the plant side. If you did enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up, it really helps me out, and I also know how much you guys love this series. When I previously made the videos, I hit over 150 likes on each one of the videos, so if we could maybe get something like that again, that would be absolutely insane. Please also subscribe if you are new to my channel for more Plants vs Zombies Garden Warfare videos, and hopefully I will see you in the next top 5 video. My name is 0xFUSIONZ, and I'll catch you guys next time.